Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Glory Reds FC. I'm with my guy, Pastor D, in the studio. What's good, dog?
All is well, my guy. All is well. What's happening?
Man, this match preview, man. This match preview is what's up, man. The game is upon us tomorrow. Are we playing tomorrow,
Yeah.
Saturday? It's tomorrow, right?
We're playing tomorrow is Saturday.
Oh, man. Sunday.
But it's a late match.
It's a late, right?
Yeah, 8
Uh,
o'clock. 8 o'clock kickoff.
Nice. So yeah, we're here to talk about that because yesterday's episode it was like the preview to this preview. So we're just going to sort this out and just get things clear because now we've got the information. We had the presser from the manager. We've gauged what's going on. Now we have an idea of what to expect, who is back, who might be still out. So D, let's not waste any time and let's jump into it, my brother.
Yeah, let's jump
Talk to
straight
me.
into it. So
Talk to me.
first
What's
and
going on?
foremost, we're gonna cover what Ten Hag said in the press conference. I don't know if you've noticed, but nowadays they're doing like a part one, part two press conference. I don't know if it's United or this is all clubs. I haven't
It's
really
an
been following it with all clubs.
they do this thing of an embargoed. It's like they give another half of the interview the next day. They call it an
Yeah,
embargoed version. I don't get it, but it's like a longer one or a side of
yeah.
yeah. No, they do that.
Okay.
They do that.
Yeah. Is that a new thing or has that been going
No,
on and
no,
and I'm only sort of like noticing it now?
it's been going on. It's been going on.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the manager will give a presser, then we usually like Mark would react to it. But then
Yeah.
there's still more. And then the funny thing is like the next day, that's when there's more news. Then you find him now reacting to what has also happened
Yeah, yeah.
in the
Like
second
the
half.
final
Yeah,
update and everything
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Now I
yeah,
got you.
yeah.
All right, no, cool. Yeah. So of course Ten Hag had his part one press conference today. So we're
Hmm.
gonna cover that. We're also gonna cover our predicted lineup, predicted score. And that's gonna be today's episode because yesterday we gave you guys like the match preview.
Yeah,
So if you want to talk anything about about the match today, it'll be very little. So if you want to hear our thoughts about what we had to say, go
just
listen to our previous episode and
one
then
time.
you'll get the lowdown on that. But yeah, let's jump straight into it. So Ten Hag had his press conference today.
Hmm.
He was asked a
Before
lot of questions.
before you say what he said,
All
I
right.
wanna, I wanna, because I didn't really catch it. I missed it, but I read some
Yeah.
stuff. Reading is different. I like to see the manager. I like to gauge his 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 demeanor.
Demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to me. Like before you get into what he said, how did he look? Does he
All
look
right.
defeated?
So
Does he look like he's on a mission? Does he look like he's calm? What's good?
honestly, his demeanor, he had a clueless demeanor.
Hmm.
Not
Really?
an obvious clueless demeanor,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very different from his demeanor from last season. Like last season, he was very sure about specific questions that he was asked. You
Yeah.
know, there's
Yeah.
this one question that he was asked about Sheffield United is like, look, Sheffield United haven't won a game this season, or maybe they have or whatever. But anyway, they're at the bottom of the league, right? And they basically asked like, look, these guys are desperate for 3 points, all right? Do you think this is going to be a tough match? Okay. And we spoke about this yesterday. This
Yeah.
shouldn't be a tough match regardless, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And from a top manager, you expect like a response like,
A
nah,
confident
we're gonna go
response.
in there. They haven't been playing well. The boys are up for it. We're gonna go in there. Like that Klopp response, that Pep response. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Assertive.
Yeah.
And he also had a bit of that zest last season.
Yeah.
Going into such questions.
Mm.
But then one thing that shocked me was his response because he's like, every match in the Premier League is difficult. You gotta
Which is
approach every
true. Which
match
is
like
true.
it's true. It's
Yeah, but
true.
but
But I
yeah,
think that answer just paints the whole story. It tells the whole story about even him. He doesn't know.
please.
He also doesn't know. As much as he wants to believe, and as much as he wants to tell us that, nah, this is Sheffield. We
Yeah,
shouldn't be stressing about this match.
yeah,
Even him is like, Angazi, I don't know. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's the demeanor.
yeah.
Of like, hey man, every match is a tough match because obviously he doesn't want to be caught blindsided if we go and draw and lose. Because at the end of the
Exactly.
day, he can come and
Exactly.
back up his words and say, "But I did say it was a tough match."
Yes.
You
Yes.
jag, you
Yes.
jag.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, man, it
Now, good.
was.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, at
But
least we
anyway,
got that out of the way because now
yeah,
our listeners have got an idea of how the like when we're now discussing further about what the manager
yeah,
says, they can have that mental picture of how his demeanor is, and then just try to
yeah,
ride with it if they've missed the press conference. So let's go, my guy.
yeah. All right. So the reporters obviously kick off with the pressing questions that they want to get answers from
Mm-hmm.
him. And you know what, man? I don't even know why they're asking these questions because he has never given a response to these questions. So I don't know why they keep egging him on about it. So the
He's
first question he was asked
endless.
was about the sale of the club, and of course he gave his answer like, "Look, I'm not involved in that.
Uh,
I just turn up and do what I'm supposed to do. I've got no involvement, so
mm,
you know what I mean? I've got no answer for you.
yeah,
Basically, that was basically it.
yeah.
And then of course he jumped onto the second biggest elephant in the room.
Uh-huh.
Take a wild guess. We spoke about it yesterday.
Sancho.
Sancho. Again, the media, the vultures,
Uh,
prying for scraps of information.
uh,
Yeah, so they asked him about Jaden Sancho, and again, he's like, "Look, I got nothing to say. You guys know what's going on. There's no point of and this is something that I was also like talking about yesterday.
mm.
Like, what's the point of keep on like
Asking.
you should apologize, like
Hey,
we know he should apologize, like
hey.
until he apologizes there's no update.
Yeah.
There's nothing in between. Talking
Stop
about it is a
asking.
pointless
Hey, stop
exercise.
asking.
Stop asking. When he apologizes, you'll be the first to know. You'll see
One
him in the
time.
starting lineup. We'll
Exactly.
go back to the photographers and be like, Photoshop him in the team picture.
Hey,
It's
I
like,
was
they
actually
didn't
wanting to
invite
talk
him.
about that.
that
That was a big, that was a big bombshell that just
was big. That was
was like,
massive. I was
whoa,
I
it
was shocked when
wasn't,
I heard that they excluded him from the team
bro.
picture for the year.
I
For
was
the
like,
year,
what?
fam.
I was like, what? But I was like, good.
Dude,
Like this is a
I was
very
like,
strong
yeah.
message. Yeah. Mm.
Like, if there's any clear evidence that he's going in January, that was it,
And
fam.
that was
Like,
it. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you to be like completely disregarded from the 2023-2024 squad is man. And like, these things
Yeah.
happen, man. This you know what, ne? It's slightly off topic, but this has really been like a roller coaster of a season because certain players that we thought were gonna shine this season, and we're like, oh, we need you, and then other players that we wanted to leave, they've almost done like a,
A
you know
360,
what
like
I mean?
180,
Yeah, they've done
whatever
like a
angle.
180.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, players just didn't expect to see this lineup. Are in the lineup. We're seeing Hannibal Maybury, making appearances in the first team. We never expected that.
Ah,
We
and he's
expect
playing
Scott
like he's
McTominay.
been there.
You check what I'm saying. We
Mm.
expect him Scotty to be gone. He's out here scoring bangers. Sancho, we thought, yeah, he's gonna do the thing this season. Kanti, he's now become top priority to get to leave the club
Bruh.
above Maguire, Scotty,
Bruh. Ah,
Donny. It's the madness.
it's
But
mad.
anyway, let me not divert too much.
Yeah, yeah.
So then they went and asked them like, is this the perfect opportunity to restart the season because you didn't get off to a good start? And again, it's like rinse and repeat questions because
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure they asked them this after the first international break,
Mm.
where they're like, you guys didn't get a good start, you're
Yeah.
gonna looking to restart your season, you
Mm.
know. But yeah, in the true Ten Hag fashion, it's like, nah, man, there's no such thing as restarting the season.
It has already
Um,
started. Gotta move.
but the one thing that I was not comfortable with what he said was, because we're talking about the mentality of the team and da da da,
Mm.
and he basically said, nah, these guys are hungry. They're fighting in the dressing room to win these matches. He saw them pulling it off in the last minutes. I'm like, I hear you, but that was a once-off game.
Yeah. That's never
That was
happening
a
again.
once, and that was a fluke.
It was a fluke.
Because that was a fluke.
Yeah.
Because if Scotty never saved us, and mind you, we lost in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
90 minutes, if they blew the whistle, it was done. That was three
Yes.
games in a row, finito. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
So Scotty came and saved the day in Fergie time.
Mm.
If there
Mm.
was no Fergie time, that was it.
Mm.
And we want to be having a completely different conversation today.
100%.
So, yeah, man, I just feel that that response was, I don't even know how to describe it, you know? but it was like, nah, fam, like
it,
don't lie to us like that. Like
yeah.
I
No,
know
it's
you
like
want to stand.
don't insult our intelligence.
Don't insult that perfect.
Yeah,
Don't insult our intelligence.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because eh, besides Premier League games that we've lost, let's we haven't even included the Champions League games.
Mm,
The
mm,
Galatasaray, the Bayern
mm,
Munich.
mm.
The two previous games before that. Like collectively before that match, I think we lost. Was it four off the bounce?
Mm.
Four straight defeats without a win, and then
Three,
Scotty came and
something like
saved
that.
us.
Mm.
Or was it three?
Just
Yeah,
three. Mm.
and then Scotty comes and saves us. So this whole thing of like fighting to win, you saw it, we're pulling off bangers in the last minute. Like nah, fam, that was a once-off game. But
Yeah.
just rather say it as it is. Let us know where we stand with the
Mm.
team, and like what you said, don't insult our intelligence, man.
Mm.
Don't tell us that
Mm.
these boys are fighting for it, and then tomorrow.
You see,
85th minute,
selfish
it's 0
Rashford.
0. We're pulling off our hair.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Why aren't you guys scoring?
You
You
know, I
know?
hate that. Like when a team was supposed to be like 2-0 up, like no man,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
but zero
Yeah.
zero. Then you
Zero
be like,
zero.
okay, fine, score in the
Yeah.
second half again. Then they don't. Then you see the time bouncing 75. Then you're like,
Fam, and that's it. When you see the time going, and you can just see no like evidence of something is going to happen. It's just like
then you
you're like
start
this
to
game
see
is going nowhere.
you start to see
You
the
just lose
frustration
hope.
creeping in.
Yeah, fam.
Then
That light just dims, as time goes, and then at some point you just lose hope
yeah,
and you just take it.
and then you're like,
Almost like that, almost like the Brentford game. You just accept it. Like we've
bruh,
lost,
bruh.
we've drawn this match. There's nothing here for us. You know what I mean? And then they, bam. But anyway, so moving on. Of
Yeah,
course, they brought up the Andre Onana thing.
yeah.
You know,
What did they say about it?
and he had to have his back. It's like, look, obviously Andre Onana hasn't got off to a good start. Um, how is your faith in him? Like, do you
Mm,
still believe in him? I'm paraphrasing, but
yeah, yeah.
to those lines. And then he hit us with the response of it's gonna take time for him to adapt.
Okay.
But one thing I did like what he said was but he has to do better. Like he did acknowledge, say that yes, you know, I'm gonna put my faith and trust in him. He's new in the league.
Yeah.
He still needs time to adjust, but he needs to do better. And then
That's
from there, he went to compare him to Peter Schmeichel and David De Gea to say, look, when these guys came in, they also never got off to a good start.
he
And
did
then,
his
but
homework.
again,
He did his
Ben,
homework.
you know what? And this is why I refuse this statement
Yeah.
point blank, is because when these two keepers came to United, there were no expectations. You know what I mean? They never came to United as the holy grail of modern football keepers, and you know what I mean?
Except
They
David De
just
Gea.
came. Yes, David
David
De
De Gea
Gea,
was
but
highly
yes,
recommended. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was highly recommended, but there were no expectations.
Mm,
You understand what I mean? There was
yeah.
no like real prior evidence or proof that this guy is coming to be the next big thing.
Yeah,
You
true.
know,
True.
like what David De Gea has achieved over his course at United, his period at United, like no one could see it coming, especially from his first season. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas with Onana came as like the superstar goalkeeper.
Yeah.
People were
Cristiano
talking about his
Ronaldo,
perform.
Mbappe.
You know what I mean,
Yeah,
fam? People
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about his performance in the Inter final, how he was
Yeah.
dribbling around
True.
Haaland. He came as a superstar, and he came with that superstar energy. Putting Maguire on blast. This is. I'm here now. I don't want this nonsense. You understand what I mean? And here United fans cheering, yo, woo, woo,
Hey, I was
Nana, tell
enjoying it. I
him.
was
You
enjoying it.
understand what
Even.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone was like on that hype train. Now everyone's like out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's the door.
I'm not having it. I'm not.
I'm not having it. You check. So I
Mm.
think with Onana, like the expectations are just far much greater, man, than
Eesh, yeah,
David De
no,
Gea
that's
and
that's
Peter
true.
Schmeichel.
Hey, that's a
So
very nice observation, D. Very, very,
yeah,
very, very good.
alright, man. So I think that's why with Onana, like there's just less leniency. There's just less, compassion, empathy from the fan base because it's like, nah, fam, you came here on a mission, wagwan. You know what I mean? Like you
Hey,
just
you've
folded from day one. You
you've
know?
made me rethink my about. You see, this is what you do, D. This is what you always do. I don't like it when you do that because I just wanted to enjoy getting pissed off at somebody. But like what
Yeah,
you said makes sense. Like
yeah,
even I think even Van der Sar when he came to United, he had a little rocky start. It wasn't all
yeah,
rainbows and unicorns. So that's true.
yeah,
But like you
yeah.
said, it was very good that he said that he needs to do better because there are certain
Yes.
things that we're just not going to accept. Nah,
Yeah,
we're not going
yeah,
to. Yeah, do
yeah,
the basics and all that other stuff. Make sure you stop goals that are stoppable, like the things that you're
yeah.
letting in that we think you can stop those. Let's sort
Exactly.
that out. And then the other goals, like we will accept them, bangers like from Anderson. Those ones
Yeah,
are
yeah.
stoppable, those things we understand. But in these other
Mm,
ones, come on,
yeah,
don't play with our
yeah.
minds.
Deal with them. Deal
Yeah,
with them.
yeah,
So yeah, man. And then he was asked about Harry Maguire, about
yeah.
the abuse that he's getting.
Uh-huh.
He said he hasn't heard any abuse in the UK. He's like maybe somewhere out there, but in the UK, I haven't heard any abuse to Harry Maguire. The
He's not
fan
a
base have
social
been
media
cheering
man.
him on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And he was talking about his performance in the Brentford match. He's like, yeah, the Brentford match, not Brentford. Was it Brentford?
It
Yeah, Brentford
was.
match.
It was.
Yeah, he was saying that he had a good game.
He
You
did.
know, the fan was behind him, and I'm like, man, again, it's one of those once-off matches
And we're
where it's
hyping.
like
Yes. Like I get
you,
it.
you get you get
We're
it, you
hyping
get it.
unnecessary, like
Yeah,
we're diving too much into unnecessary hype, like and
exactly.
giving
Like
credit.
that match was in our favor. You
Hey,
know, although
hey,
we considered early and whatever, it was still in our favor. We had the more ball possession. Brentford were not coming at us because they
yeah,
scored the early goal, and they're like, we're gonna park it for 90 minutes. You know
exactly.
what I mean? So there was no pressure, for Harry Maguire.
I mean,
So that
Harry was
game,
playing
man,
halfway on the pitch.
you
That should
check.
tell you how easy that game was.
Exactly. So I
Yeah,
do understand a manager has to have a player's back, but he didn't have to go as far as saying like, look at the Brentford game, he played well. Like they just asked you about the abuse. You should have
yeah.
just answered the question about the abuse. Don't hype him up, especially after what he said, during the international break
Internationals. Hey,
about hey, I need to feel important, all of this. So I don't know if this is Ten Hag saying, okay, I heard you, you know,
mm,
press conference. I'm going to make you shine, my brother.
because
You
you
know
are
what
an
I mean?
England star.
Hey, I'm going to sing your praises. When
Mm,
they ask me about abuse, what abuse?
what
You know
abuse?
what I mean?
From where?
What abuse?
From
From
where?
where? I
From
didn't
where?
hear it.
Uh-uh.
Not my boy, not
Mm,
not my captain, not
mm.
my captain, my captain. You know, but
Hey, G.
Hey,
Uh,
well, yeah, man. And then afterwards, he was asked. Okay, we already covered this one. He was asked about the Sheffield game. Like,
yeah,
is it gonna be a difficult game?
yeah.
But yeah, I covered that.
Mm.
And then he was asked about Lindelof because obviously, Lindelof during the international break with the Swedish squad, that incident that happened in Brussels with the shooting and the. So yeah, I think they're asking about his availability for the match. So
Mm.
basically, what Ten Hag said, like, look, he's been busy with, because obviously he's the captain for the Swedish side,
Yeah.
so he's been busy with the press, addressing the issue, etc., and basically saying that he hasn't had a lot of sleep, like he's been exhausted, and I
Um,
think that's a clear indication that Ten Hag is like, sit this one out. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Sit this one out. Like you've been through a whole deal during this international break, no need to like throw you back into the mix. So I think he's taking a leave, for this weekend's match. And
All
yeah, I
right.
don't know. We'll probably see him during the Copenhagen match, most likely.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
And then the last question which was asked was about Bruno Fernandes. So
Mm.
basically they said, look, Bruno Fernandes plays very well in the Portuguese team and he plays very well in his set position, number
Ah,
10, right?
are these guys listening
So
to our podcast? What's going on?
I think so. I believe so. So and then they went they proceeded to ask him like, don't you think it's wise, since he plays very well in the number 10 position, don't you think it's best you swap him with Mason Mount? Let Mount play 7, and then keep Bruno play number 10 because that seems to be his position where he shines.
Eh.
So yeah, um
And his response?
and his response basically was what we spoke about,
Bruno
in
plays
terms of
everywhere.
injuries
Oh,
injuries
okay.
injuries and that. So basically he's like, look, it's not like I want to play Bruno at number 7, but we've had injuries. Obviously, you're talking about the Anthony situation because Anthony was injured, then the Brazil thing, and then
Yeah.
obviously Ahmad is not available. We have Pelestri, but hey, I don't know.
Mm.
And then Mason Mount was injured. You know, but basically you're saying that I had to start him there because there was no other number 7. You know, and then
Really?
back on my mind, I'm thinking like, but there's Pelestri. You know, but
Come on.
anyway,
Come
you
on.
know, and then he went to
Come
further,
on.
you know, to justify that further, he gave an example of Amrabat, say like, look, you know, there was no one available for left back, so I had to start Amrabat there. So likewise with Bruno, you know, and then this is what he said. He's like, but because Bruno is so versatile, I trust him to play out of position. You understand? And this, I think, something you said yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, that he trusts. Is like Bruno's the only player he trusts to play out of position. He said the exact same thing. Like, he's a diverse player. He can play out of position, and then he spoke about he also has a free role, right?
Mm. Mm.
So he drifts, like, yes, he's there on paper, but during the game he drifts to the middle of the pitch, and then that's where he basically plays from. So like,
Wow. Wow.
I
Wow.
hear you, but
Like we are onto something. Like we are not
yeah,
kidding about our team.
true.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, man, that was part one of the presser.
Okay.
So
There are gonna be
yeah,
some
man,
juicy bits tomorrow or Sunday. Be-
yeah, 100%. Because obviously we still need to find out about the players that may start tomorrow. So obviously the usual suspects are not coming back. The Kobe Mano is in training. Um, Luke Shaw, Martinez, Bisaka, those guys are still injured. Varane is back in training. Amrabat's in training. Rasmus is in training, and basically everybody else. You know what
oh,
I mean?
okay.
Is gonna be good. And then obviously, you know, Lindelof, we don't expect to see him tomorrow. So with that being said,
Yeah.
um, what do you think the lineup will look like tomorrow?
Hey.
Like I said, obviously we just got the news that Regulon, Amrabat, and Varane are back in training. But like we said yesterday, we're not sure if he's going to start, and he didn't address it, or he was not asked about it in part one. So he'll most likely be asked about it in part two, or maybe, you know, give some indication on whether they'll be fit or not, or something like that. But yeah, with all of that being said, what do you think the predicted starting lineup
How
will
long
look like tomorrow?
has how long has sorry, Regulon been back and Varane from injury,
So
like training?
I guess people only are getting information now because of the international break, and then
Yeah.
they're waiting for the players to get back from, you know, the what you call this,
To get back to camp.
from their countries, to
Yeah.
get back to camp, exactly, and then start with the training. So I guess he could have been fit maybe even last week, but we're only seeing him now in training because this was basically that first training session after
Mm.
the international break, and then he just happened to be there. But remember, with Regulon, it was nothing serious, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
with him and Varane. So I think I'm fairly confident that they'll probably start. And then with Amrabat, he never played in any of the Moroccan matches,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
He didn't.
he didn't. So yeah, he's in training, and like we said yesterday, that they're probably assessing his fitness levels, and yeah, I guess from there we'll see if he'll be available to start or not. But
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
what do you think the starting lineup will look like?
All right. I mean, just based on that, and I'm gonna take. Hopefully, Regulon is back fit. I'm gonna go with the back five of Onana, Regulon, Evans or Maguire with Varane, because Lindelof
Okay.
is going to sit this one out, and then
Yeah.
Dalot. And
Okay.
then if Amrabat passes as well, that midfield three, I see Bruno, Mount,
Mm.
and Amrabat.
Yeah.
And then up front, up top, I mean, at the left, I see Rashford, up top, Hoyland. It's on the right now, I'm not sure about, but I'll just go with Anthony to be safe because I don't know. As much as I would like to put Pelestri there, I mean, Anthony's
Yeah.
back. So, and
Yeah.
Anthony
So
will
no
take,
Pelestri.
yeah, so there's no Pelestri.
Yeah. No Pelestri, my
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I hear you, man.
And
I
then,
think I'll probably go. I, you know what, man?
mm,
Yeah, I think same squad, but I think you'll start Maguire over
Evans.
Johnny Evans. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I
Because
was like,
we
it's
need to make
between
Boy
one
feel
of those.
important.
It's between one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I
yeah,
you
yeah.
said you think he might go with Evans, right? I think so
No,
too.
Maguire. No,
Maguire.
Maguire.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maguire.
You know, we need to make him feel important. We can't leave him out the team. Otherwise, it's it's
Otherwise,
another
he's
statement.
out dim.
My guy, we're tired of player statements. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So
mm, mm, mm.
we're at a point where we're being held,
Hostage, sort of.
emotionally. Yeah, we're being held hostage.
Yeah,
We have to please the players. Otherwise, it's problems.
his
You know,
problems. Yeah.
it's problems. So yeah,
All
man.
right.
So yeah, same lineup, Maguire, and then yeah. So this is the big one. Score prediction.
1-0. I'm not even going to try and be funny. I'm going 1-0.
Yeah,
Every time
yeah,
I give these guys the benefit of the doubt, they're always going to disappoint
yeah.
me. Like the
True.
past three games, like I
Yeah,
would say, I think we're gonna draw something, but then in the app, I'll be like,
mm,
nah, you guys are not gonna disappoint me like that. Nah, I trust you.
yeah,
And then I'll just
yeah,
give them the goals. Then they always disappoint me. So with that
yeah.
being said, I'm just going 1-0 to us.
Okay.
Mm,
Before I give my prediction, right, I just
yeah.
want to go and see what happened after the international break. I want to see the game we played after the international break. What did it result in? Did we play Arsenal after the international break?
No, I think we might have played. We haven't played Brighton, right?
I'm not sure. I'm
Oh,
not sure
I
to
think
be
we are yet
honest.
to. Oh, we got smacked up. No, Brighton has
Yeah.
beaten us this season.
All right. Let me check this out real quick. So we have history matches. Okay. So we played Wolves, Spurs, Nottingham,
And then
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
Brighton beat us
Yeah,
3-1 standard.
yeah.
And then then we played Burnley, we won, lost to Crystal Palace, and then beat Brentford. So international break, was it after the Arsenal match?
Mm-mm. Before we came from the
It was
international break.
before,
Yeah,
and then we came and lost to Arsenal.
I think so.
Jesus, man, nonsense.
I think so.
But yeah, um, what did our team look
Oh
like?
no, no. We went into the international break with a defeat. It's the one where Jesus was making those guys slide. Or am I tripping?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We made the low slide.
It was Dalo.
Um, yeah, because I don't see us going to the international break after. Man, are you sure we didn't go after the international break after Brighton?
I'm not sure, my guy. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
I think it
Either
was after.
we went, but I feel like we went into the international break with the loss.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. But anyway, in any case, yeah, it seems like coming out of the international break, we haven't been playing well.
Yeah,
Oh man, this is so
which
depressing.
is why we are
All
like
right,
always
so
hoping that these guys will
yeah,
bring the form
we'll
that
bring that energy. You know what I
yeah,
mean, fam?
it just goes and
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
always
so my score prediction.
mm.
Oh God. Ah, you
Trust
know what,
them, D.
dude? I wanna.
Trust.
Okay, you know what, man? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the 2-0. I'm gonna go
Nice.
with the 2-0. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not bad.
yeah,
It's a good prediction.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. If Onana concedes, fam, I don't know, man.
That's all
I
I'm
don't
worried
know.
about because my
Yeah,
issue is he concedes and we are not scoring. That's my
that's
problem.
the thing.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
we can't
But yeah,
afford. Ah,
mm,
nah, we
yeah,
can't.
no, true. No, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Tomorrow we're gonna have a reaction after the match.
Yes, sir.
So, and
Stay tuned for
then
that.
yeah, crossing our fingers that our predictions come right, especially the score prediction. Both of us have gone with a nil score. Like we're both gone for United are not going to concede.
Yeah.
So I just hope that will come to fruition. I hope we can go in there and get the necessary points that we need to get, because I don't even want to talk about the table, because right now we're sitting at 10th and there's really no conversation to be had, because even if we win, I doubt that makes any difference to our current situation on the table,
Yeah.
and it's not going to bring us anywhere closer to top four, because when you look at Liverpool's fixture, even though it's a derby, they're most likely going to win against
Yep.
Everton.
Yep.
City is playing who are they playing again?
City's playing Brighton.
Brighton.
Hmm.
Tough match, but Pep not losing 3 games in a row.
Hmm.
Arsenal, Chelsea, even if Arsenal draw or lose, it's not gonna make any difference. And then Spurs, they're playing Fulham, and they're most
Fulham.
likely gonna win or draw,
Yeah.
right? If we win, um, yeah, what are we gonna move up to?
You know what's
Most like
needed from United at this point? Like we need
goals.
consistency. Like
We
winning,
need
even if it's
consistency,
1-0. What we need to win games,
but we also need goals, because we're
and
sitting
we also need goals.
on a
Yes.
minus goal difference. You know what I mean? And so it's not gonna
Yes.
help us, especially now if we're tied with, another club. And like for example, we've got 12 points. Us and Crystal Palace have got 12 points, right?
Yeah.
But we are below Crystal Palace because our goal difference is lower than theirs. They're on 0 on -3. Can you imagine? Crystal Palace have got a better goal difference than us. What nonsense is that, fam?
Oh,
Absolutely
nah, nah.
ridiculous. Even Chelsea sitting behind us have a better goal difference than us.
Are you
So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But anyway, man, any last um remarks you have before we close this episode off?
In the beginning of the episode, you were talking about these guys talking about asking the gaffer
Yeah,
about Sheffield United needing points, and we started
yeah,
to laugh again.
yeah.
I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say it, but do
Okay.
you think that it could be a possibility? Like I don't want to say something with my chest and then these guys disappoint me, which is what I want to do. But I think I'll again repeat it again at the same time. Like another day, I'll be like, nah,
Yeah,
I trust these boys. They're gonna do it. And then
yeah.
I am not
You
confident
know what?
we're going to go and smash Sheffield United. I want us to. I really want us to go there and go like a 5.
Yeah,
It's been a while. It's been a while. These are the kind of games where we need to be going there and producing goals, good
yeah,
factor going on around the club and all that stuff. I just don't
yeah.
see it, and that makes me worried. I don't know about you.
You know, you know. Man, the thing with I think to your point, you want to trust and believe them, and the problem with United is the games that you desperately need them to win, or
Yeah,
the games that you just expect them to win. Those are the games that they go and fumble. You know, those are the games that they go and screw up.
that's the.
So,
Hey,
I mean, when you look at this season, the Crystal Palace match, we just came off beating them midweek 3-0,
yeah,
and we're like, let's go and get the point, and we failed to do that. We lost to Bayern. We're like, let's go and get a point from Galatasaray. We failed to do that, and then Brentford was a close call. You know
mm,
what I mean?
mm.
So this game, like, I don't even know if I have the energy to be angry if we lose. Like, I'm being honest, fam, because deep down, nah, this is probably the first game I'm sure about this whole season where I'm
That we
like, we
will
got
win.
this. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's the
that's true.
first game I'm confident about. Every other game I've been like on the fence, but this game is the first game without a shadow of doubt. I'm like, if you guys don't win, you know,
It's your
I don't
fucking
know.
business. Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys
I
are the
don't I
ones.
honestly don't know, because
You
in
are
all fairness,
sabotaging. Yeah,
exactly, because in all fairness, when you look at the teams that we've lost to so far in the Premier League,
yeah,
it's understandable, because we first lost to Spurs. They're
yeah,
playing very well. They got a good team. Understandable. We lost to Arsenal. Good team, playing very well. Understandable. Brighton playing very well. I think with the Brighton game, what makes it bad is that we lost 3-1.
yeah,
If it was like a 1-0 defeat, it would have been fair. But again, Brighton are good. And then, of course, we lost to Crystal Palace 1-0, right? Which,
yeah,
again, is like, okay, at least it was 1-0. But other than that, we've lost to like pretty competitive teams. and then we've gone and won against teams that we should beat. Wolves, we
We
beat them.
should be beaten.
Nottingham, we beat them. Burnley, we beat them. Brentford, we beat them. So Sheffield is in that category of teams that were able to get a point off this season.
Mm.
So I don't see any reason why we should go to the worst team
And
in the
lose.
Premier League thus far and lose. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
D,
I expect
you
a win.
you just said that you don't have the energy to be pissed off.
I
It's like
don't.
this thing of right now we are saying that we are like we there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah,
Even if you're a betting person, somebody who's betting your money, the
yeah,
odds, whatever you want to
yeah,
call them, like when you're putting your bet there and your big money, there's no way you're going with Sheffield United to beat United.
yeah, yeah.
But if
And
these guys, all right, my
but
guy,
yeah,
let's wrap it up, man.
yeah. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Glory Reds podcast. We appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us on all your favorite podcasting streaming platforms on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Zencaster, everywhere. Catch us wherever you can find Glory Reds podcast. Don't forget to check out our website, gloryredsfc.co.uk. You can go find our latest blog articles. You can jump onto our community page where you can join our WhatsApp group. You can follow our social media platforms, and don't forget to join our Premier League Fantasy League. And with that being said, thank you once again for listening to this episode of the Glory Reds podcast, and we'll catch y'all guys in the next one.
Peace.